So a few weeks ago, I made a video talking about the Sonic theme park coming to the States. And then last week, I made a part 1 of what kind of rides and food I think could be within that theme park. Nothing factual, just a brainstorming session for fun. However, now this is part 2 of that, where I'll talk about possible stores as well as other special ideas that are a whole mix of things I couldn't quite categorize into one of the 3 main groups. So without further ado, let's get into part 2 of what could be in the Sonic theme park. Alright, so like I already said, rides and food are both done, but we still have merch to sell. And first up, I thought this store would be great to put at the end of the Tornado Treble, Tails' Workshop. It could be dedicated to the two-tailed fox, having goggles, gloves, and possibly plushies of Tails' different creations throughout the games and shows. Not to mention, STEM kits and DIY projects would be an easy fit for the merch here. Plus, you could have a station like Epcot's Test Track, where kids can design their own tornado and test it in simulators on screens. Moving on to another store that could be the endpoint of a ride I mentioned earlier, Shadow Topic. It's a running joke that Shadow is the epitome of Hot Topic. So what better way to exit a ride of shooting monsters than to enter a world of everything Shadow might buy? Leather jackets, maybe sneakers based off Shadow's rocket shoes, records of the songs from Sonic's different games, and of course, coffee beans. All while I Am All of Me plays in the background on repeat. Actually, this reminds me a lot of the Aerosmith shop, which I in fact spent a lot of time in, given the fact that my parents liked the roller coaster, but I didn't. Another store they could have is Rouge's Vault, a perfect setup for a jewelry store. Now, I'm not sure about this one, since I don't know if you really want an expensive jewelry store just in a theme park. I don't know. Does Disney or Universal have anything like that? I don't think so. Plus, my last store idea is Amy's Boutique, which you could have a jewelry store in that too. So maybe Rouge's store would be a bit redundant, but hey, whichever way you go, there could definitely be a station for you to dress yourself up as your favorite Sonic character. Much like the Princess experience at Disney and the Newfound Monster experience at Universal's Dark Universe. Alright, lastly for a store, I was thinking of an all-around Sonic-themed store, but split it into modern and retro Sonic. So have one side of the store be more older Sonic, with comics, designs, and themes from that era, and then a newer side with modern Sonic and all his more recent themed stuff. Plus, also maybe there could be a small section for movie Sonic. I mean, he is different in his own right too. But with 3 categories all said and done, now I'd like to speed through just a few extra ideas that I and commenters had in mind. First up is Griffinhurst 7051, with the idea of having Eggman being represented as an actual actor instead of being in a big character suit. And I think this is a great idea, especially with Eggman being represented by a regular, howbeit very talented human in the movies. I think it would quickly become the most loved character meet and greet if they had real people playing Eggman in the park, and exchanging witty, weird lines with the people. With that being said though, I think that a few more human characters could be added to the park too. Maria, Dr. Gerald Robotnik, Tom, Maddie, and possibly Chris from Sonic X. Of course, some of these and other characters are questionable to put into the park, since they're not all as beloved as, say, Disney princesses are. But I mean, meeting Elise or Jacob Stone could be fun, couldn't it? Lastly, for meet and greets, this one could borderline be a ride, but an interactive one. Sonic as well as the others are just too fun not to be able to interact with. It would be a shame if the only way you could meet them was just via those silent character suits. Therefore, I think there should be some kind of interactive experience, like what Disney has with Turtle Talk with Crush, or the Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor at Universal, where Sonic and possibly other characters on screen are talking with the audience. Since I'd say that's the one thing over the years that Sonic games have developed where Mario and Link games have lacked. No good dialogue. Actually, wait. No, Zelda games are fine. Link might not talk, but we've got Zelda, Midna, Marin. Sorry. No, just Mario really lacks good dialogue. But anyway, yeah, I think some kind of interactive ride with the characters with Sonic and Friends would be great. Next, the two are less ride-based and more mini-world ideas, like what Nintendo World did with Donkey Kong Country. Thanks to Cyclops 8238 and Vision 240, they thought of having both an Eggman land, like in Sonic Colors, and a water park section based off the water-themed levels of Sonic games. Both very good ideas that would help with variety in the park. Finally, I have an interactive idea that are really two different things but could go hand in hand. First, a Sonic Casino where you can earn rings instead of chips. That one's a no-brainer since Joypolis already has one. But the thing is, I think it could be fun is instead of keeping that ring currency only applicable to that small area of the park, is being able to use those rings throughout the park and have a special logo or tag on the items you can buy with those rings. And that stuff could be anything from a specialty food item or a specific plushie at a shop. But I think the best part about this is that maybe once you hit 50 rings, you can buy a card. And that card lets you activate 7 save points throughout the park. Each save point you find, you insert your card so that you can receive a Chaos Emerald sticker or stamp. And after you collect all 7, you can get a prize. Now, to be fair, I don't know what kind of prize I'd recommend for this thing. It could be anything from access to some kind of special ride, including Sonic Superform, to a limited edition plushie, shirt, I don't know what. But I think it would be a nice interactive idea to get kids to want to explore around the park. And I think that's it for part 2. All the ideas that I and others have had to offer about what could be included in the Sonic theme park. And like I said last week, Sega, if someone at your company is watching, feel free to use these ideas. Send me a message, I'd be willing to work with you guys on this. But anyway, what do you guys think? Do you like these ideas, and would you enjoy seeing them implemented in the upcoming Sonic Park? Let me know in the comments. And if you liked this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!